Let's get ready for Monday.
Rise and grind, it's that time. Morning sun, coffee chime.
A little bit of coffee, the only all little people podcast.
Tune in now, let's start the show. Tiny crew, big dreams, brewing thoughts, vivid schemes, sipping on that morning brew. Got that energy, how about you? Little bit of coffee, little bit of fun. Kicking off the day, everybody come. Perk up your ears, hear the latest buzz. Grab your mug, join the morning fuss. Short in size, tall in spirit. Every topic, yeah, we near it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What is up? Morning. Good morning. We got to get this off to the right start. Let me get some music rolling. Roy, give me some entertainment here, music. Let's introduce them up.
Nothing, but that's all right. I'm gonna
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Little Bit of Coffee. Let's do it like we always do. We'll introduce him first. He is coming in at 4'9", ugly as sin, but he thinks he's fun. Make some noise for Shortcut. He's the father of the group. He tells us what to do, keeps us in line.
you know it.
By him. Make some noise by before DJ Pappy.
Hey.
And then he's our sports guy, whether it's the goofy sports or the real ones. He's got it. Make some noise for the Turtle. Your host.
Turtle power.
In the 4'4", they used to say I was totally hardcore. I disagree, but anyway, give it up. Make some noise for myself. I know I was a goofy introduction, but hey, you know.
Hey, it's all good, man.
You know what I need? I need Greg Gutfeld's people to write my openers, you know, because mine suck. If anybody wants that job, hit us up. And we're off to a great start. Good morning, Miss Kim Fight. Hey,
Good morning,
Miss Kim Fight. I owe you an apology. I bugged you about getting video. And then I've had so much happen this week, I hadn't got a chance to start on your commercial for us. Bear with me, I promise. I'll get it. I won't let you down. Anyway, I let her down this week, guys. Our best fan, Miss Kim Fight. And
Yeah,
I didn't
Kim
get her
is our
commercial done.
most favorite fan. Yeah.
I can't believe you, POD. What
She is a she's got one of those little private Pampered Chef where she's a consultant. I shouldn't say private, not private about it, but she sells for Pampered Chef. And man, have you ever guys seen that page?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That is
definitely.
incredible, some of the stuff they've got.
Oh, it's some really,
Incredible.
really cool things. Yeah. Especially if you like to cook, obviously.
Yeah. So Turtle, let's talk about your last week. How's the week been?
It's been going great. No complaints at all.
Awesome.
Had some good
Any
family
biggies?
time. You know, had a beautiful sunny week and just enjoyed it. Got out and about, as you can see, got the tan going. I can't believe the sunshine hit me with all the crowd that was out there, but I still got this golden on, you know, and it was amazing. I got no complaints.
I hope you don't mind me sharing it, but I think that's incredibly awesome myself because a lot of people don't even know it. But Turtle, for quite some time, was just stuck in his home, and just recently got him a wheelchair ramp. So it's kind of funny when we FaceTime. He's been FaceTiming me from outdoors and everything, and getting a lot of outdoor time in lately, and that's good for you, bud. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, I got the ramp, man. I can't stand being indoors. Once I'm stuck indoors, I'm miserable. I'm somebody that's always got to be out and about on the move. You know.
Yeah, I can't stand being stuck in the house.
Hey, Pappy, how was your last week, bud?
Oh, well, last week was great. We had the nice weather. Boo and I took out the convertible and did a lot of driving around and just enjoying the nice weather and uh, had a pretty good week overall. So,
Nice, nice.
I understand why Turtle likes to get out. I like to be able to get out too and cruise. And,
Good
What,
one.
what kind of
yeah, good.
convertible y'all got? You got that? You got that Barbie Hot Wheel, or you got that?
Pretty much. I have a Mini Cooper.
Oh, okay,
Oversized.
Mini Cooper. How much battery life that got on it?
It can go forever, man, as long as I keep gas in it.
Good morning.
The Wood says good morning, guys.
Good morning,
Morning, Sam.
So
Morning, Miss Sam.
myself, I getting ready to get back on the move. We'll go up and hang out with our producer for a little while up in Lima, I think this next week. So I think next week's episode I'll be up in the Lima, Ohio area.
Oh.
And then I have some plans. I'm kind of hoping to get down to the Pigeon Forge area soon. My son is moving back to that area soon, and I'm excited about seeing him get reestablished there.
Right on.
That's the plan anyway. Because, I mean, lots going on in the world of beauty. Also, some exciting news for everybody listening to stand by on. One of the gentlemen that helped me get this podcast up and off the ground is an actual producer in various large production scales. And currently he is working on revamping a podcast network and several podcasts on the show. And recently he discussed with me, as we keep fine tuning a little bit of coffee, he would like to see the possibility of putting that out there. So everybody, if you're a praying individual, well wishes, whatever, definitely keep a positive vibes and some prayers rolling for us. We'd love that.
Please and thank you. And speaking of which,
yes,
POD, let's get it started off right. You want to lead us off?
Oh, yeah, we did forget our morning. See, I'm telling you, man, I just started a little rough, a little head cold, a little allergies, whatever, something. That's the sound of POD's head. Father God, we give you praise in this day, and we just thank you for the show. We thank you for your leadership, Lord. We just ask you to lead the show, help open everybody's minds and hearts and spirits, and Lord, just let us have a lot of fun today. There's been a lot of grief in the world these last couple of months, and losing various loved ones in the entertainment world, family members, friends. And so, Lord, we just ask for today to just be a blast, bring lots of laugh, bring lots of energy. In Jesus' mighty, mighty name, amen.
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 Thank you, guys. I always like starting that way. So, yeah. Why is somebody signed in as Micro Brothers United making comments?
Hear that? Hear that? That's the sound of POD's head deflating. Who would write such a thing?
Oh my goodness. Somebody over there playing around with the keys a little bit too much. What you got in your coffee there, Shortcut?
I don't know.
All right, guys, it's time for Shelling Sports with Turtle. You know that's right. And, well, I've got some. They're not all wild, but they're fun. Last week, we got into some nasty bog snorkeling, and, man, I tell you what, my bubble guts still ain't done with that. I don't want to think about it no more. We're going to get on to something cool and fun. But before I get into the fun stuff, let's talk some WNBA. Man, it was a great week. POD, get up in here before I get on to his Indiana Fever. I'm going to go on with my Las Vegas Aces. My girls put up a hell of a show last night.
They did a great job last night.
Connecticut Sun. And, man, Asia Wilson tied her record again for the second time. She not only had 32 points, the girl had 20 freaking rebounds.
20 rebounds is unheard of, isn't it? And when somebody says 20 rebounds, you almost want to call them a liar. You know what I'm saying? It's unheard of. It's unheard of. You don't have 20 rebounds in a game, even in men's. Really, if you think about it,
you don't hear
if you get 7-8 rebounds in a men's game, you're doing good. You're hustling. 20 rebounds, you had a record night.
You're legendary.
You're legendary, man. I got to change this background. It's all over the place. ridiculous.
But I mean, I tell you what, man, them girls tore it up last night. The only thing I didn't like about it is the fact that the Connecticut Sun only have 5 wins, and they were tailing us. I mean, they were right on us the entire time. Our girls was not playing very well whatsoever, and you know, it just was what it was. But
the game started rough.
We picked it up and took off. You know,
the game started rough, but I think part of it, man, is just a lot of things. Marina Marbury, I can never say her name correctly. It's like one of those tongue twisters. But Marina Marbury coming back from her injuries, and she was hot last time, and she just was on the money. Not a big fan of hers ever since I've seen that cheap play she did against my Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever, and still has not been disciplined correctly for that.
right?
Something else, kind of sidetrack while we're in the WNBA. Did you see that a federal investigation has been launched into the world of the WNBA because of several calls? They feel like they have a civil liabilities lawsuit possibly from Caitlin Clark against the WNBA. Yes, and the federal level. This went to the Department of Justice.
Wow.
An actual investigation has begun into the NBA, and not where they're catering to certain players and catering to certain things. I think that you're gonna see a humongous overhaul in the WNBA in the offseason this year. I don't want to make any definites, but I think Kathy Engelbert's job could be on the line. And I do believe that you're going to see the refs completely revamped. I think they're going to have to get in there and get some serious training. There's something else. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I think me and you talked about it. Is if you ever notice when they review a call, good Lord, I mean, it takes forever for them to get a call review. There was one evening that Indiana Fever was playing, and one of the other podcasts, I hope she doesn't mind, Miss Demita, Davita, that's her name, Davita. She had mentioned on that she timed one of the reviews, and it was 46 minutes. Have you ever in your life heard of a 46-minute play review?
Only from an injury, and it wasn't even 46 minutes. It was
okay, but even then, you've allowed all those players. Well, that's cheating by itself, because you know what do your faster teams do? Why are they a fast team? They're trying to wear the other team out. Okay, you're a fast team like the Fever, and you've got this team almost wore out, and you just gave them a 45-minute break.
Yeah. Come on. Come on now.
Come on now.
Something fishy about that. But now let's get off of that nonsense. Let's get into your girls. How about Miss Leah Boston?
It's a bad girl, isn't she?
She got named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week for the second time.
Yes, sir. And you know, Aaliyah Boston on the off season last year took some time and trained with that. I just went blank. The coach that came with Stephanie White.
Yeah,
and was learning some of that.
I can't remember her name. But
his name. Keith Porter. Coach Keith Porter. And when he met with her in that off season, and he was teaching her, you know, better defense and, you know, some turnaround jumps and just different things that she added to her repertoire. Even the 3-point. She's gotten so much better at the 3-point line this year. Oh yeah, Leah Boston. Congratulations. All right, well, I'm gonna jump off the stage.
Who'd you play?
I'm gonna jump off the stage. Right? Yeah. Well, kind of. They were there.
92-70, if I remember right.
They were going to bring in the Little League basketball team because they thought they'd have a better shot at us, but they just left it in the sky. All right, give us some funny sports.
For me, I'm going to go into my stuff. Thank you, POD, for coming in and joining me for the WNBA. I appreciate it. I always enjoy talking about that. But now it's time for the fun stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with number 1. We've got something that's called, you know, it's about that time of the year. It's around fall. We're going to bring out some pumpkins, and we're going to chuck them. Play that video.
Pumpkin chucking is a pretty simple sport, but how it's done, maybe not so much. Participants bring their homemade slingshots, catapults, trebuchets, and even cannons and load them up with a big old pumpkin and let it rip. This sport happens in the...
Homemade slingshots? Okay. Catapults? That's badass. Cannons?
I want to intervene here
They're
just
bringing
for a moment.
cannons?
I want to intervene here just for a moment. Inquiring minds want to know, will that be able to chuck Vinny?
That'd be hilarious.
I mean, I just the curious question was all.
That'd be funny. But anyhow, back to it. They got cannons shooting pumpkins. How does that thing not I'm lost for words. It's like you trying to make a pumpkin pie with some gunpowder and sulfur. The hell? All right, go ahead and play.
Fall, when pumpkins are in season in the United States, and is put on by the World Championship Pumpkin Chunkin' Association. The event has been going on since 1985, with the longest shot even making it into the Guinness Book of World Records. The title is held by the pneumatic cannon named the Big 10-inch, and it managed to chuck that pumpkin a whopping 5,545.5 feet in Moab, Utah in 2010. That's absolutely insane. People can get pretty creative when it comes to their prized pumpkin chuckers. Just try and make sure that you're not standing on the other end of the field when one of these wild fall events is going on. Pumpkin chucking is a pretty simple sport. Oh my gosh,
go ahead and kill the video. I'm going to talk about this for a minute. Okay, so you've got cannons, you've got catapults, you've got pumpkins, you got children apparently, and you are launching them in this field. All right, great. Where are the people at? Are they using NFL wide receivers to follow this pumpkin as it's being chucked across the damn world? I mean, how do you measure where that damn pumpkin landed? I know it's going to explode, but there ain't going to be nothing left. You'd be lucky to find a tiny little seed in the grass. But pumpkin chucking, I'm all about it. Sign me up. All right, let's move on to number 2. This one's going to be fun. Oh, man, this one's going to be fun. It's called the wife carrying contest. Let's go ahead and hit play.
Men carry a woman through an obstacle course, and whoever has the fastest time is the winner.
That poor girl looked like she drowned.
There are apparently different ways to carry your wife too. There's the classic piggyback, the fireman's carry, and then the Estonian style, where she's upside down with her legs over his neck and shoulders. Hey,
what in the hell? How does that make sense?
The championship is held every year and welcomes
champions
from Great
Britain,
Australia.
You see that lady's head? Look at that right there. She's this far from the water. She was just under the water. That trench is a good 20 feet long. She got to have aqua lungs. I mean, her head was stuck underneath, and her husband just taking his time, flailing through there like, oh, look at me. I'm flounder. I'm going to have some fun. Really? All right. Go ahead and
Looks like a reverse power bomb.
You ain't lying. All right, go ahead. Hit play.
Germany, Estonia, and even the United States. Number 8,
the finish line.
Dog snorkeling.
All right, get off that. Kill it. That's from last week. Ugh. We don't need a repeat of that. Go ahead and kill the video completely. Let's talk about this wife carrying. So, oh my goodness. They said Bostonians invented this, okay? So, you got the fireman carry. You got the one where the wife is carrying the man as a piggyback. And then you got the Bostonian carry. The lady put her legs around his head, lay across his back, upside down, and hope and pray to God that she ain't going to drown in no mud, no water, ain't going to hit her head on a log, probably not going to fall down because her husband stumbled and fallen and they're going to be rolling like a cinnamon roll. No. Man, I'll tell you what, wife carrying would be hilarious. You ain't going to find me trying to do it. All right, let's go on to the last one. We got the Redneck Olympics, y'all. I hope this don't offend nobody, but this was hilarious.
At the apex of all weird sports,
Ouch.
We've got ourselves a doozy. And this one isn't just one game that's played. It's a collection of a lot of different little games that are in the sense of...
This reminded me of my baby brother. We call him Little Redneck. What's this? That hurts my belly just watching that belly flop.
East Dublin, Georgia, where people gather together to play
East
one another.
Dublin, Georgia.
And the best
They're
part
down
of it
at
all,
Shortcuts
all
neck
the
of the woods. No
proceeds
wonder
from
they're
the
crazy.
games go to an assortment of charities and benefits. So good on you,
He's
Redneck.
swimming in that
The games
red
that are played
mud, man.
do vary, from bobbing for pig's feet to mud pit belly flop, and were
You bobbing
inspired
for
by the
pig's feet in that?
1996 Olympics. They attract around 5,000 people every year, and people come from as far and wide to see the games as Australia. You want to hear something else?
You got
That's
rednecks
perfect?
in
Well,
Australia?
instead of lighting Redneck Olympics.
All right, go ahead and kill the video. Bring it back to me. The ending of that caught me off guard. You got rednecks out in Australia that come from across the big old pond out to America, down to, lonely old Georgia, and they go down there to watch these guys do belly flops in the red rivers of mud. Play, if that. Ow! I mean, to each their own, but it is what it is. I didn't see no redneck touchdown. I didn't see no catch prize. All I saw was a bunch of mud and some craziness. Y'all, that's Shelling Sports with Turtle. Stay right back here. We'll be right back soon.
Attention all card collectors and traders.
Well, welcome back.
Hey.
I'm in the middle of...
Attention all card collectors and traders. Introducing the Uncommon Card Shop. Looking for that rare card? That unique collector card? The one that you can't find? The one that is almost impossible? Your search is finally over. You found us. Now what are you waiting for? Follow the link and discover why we are every collector's best friend. We'll see you soon.
And now we're back.
Hey, there we are.
Thankfully.
What?
How to mute the boss, man. It's always fun in games here.
My mic was muted. I'm like, what is going on? We're back. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
We're back.
That was an interesting couple sports you spoke on.
Yeah, it was.
It was a lot more interesting than last week. I tell you, it was a lot more clean than last week. How about that?
I don't know. That wife carrying in the mud thing was kind of dirty.
You know that squirrel skiing you did a while back?
Yeah.
They had a tournament over this last week and for squirrel skiing, and Vinny won it. Came in second place on the first round, and the whole tournament he took it all. Congratulations, Vinny, on the squirrel skiing championship.
Awesome, Vinny.
All right, Vinny. I'm happy to hear that, buddy.
I
Yes,
just
I am
Googled that.
complete.
You can finally fit into.
I just
Yeah,
Googled
he,
that Dublin, Georgia. Dublin, Georgia's like 3 hours away from me, man. That would have been
I knew
fun.
it. They're down there by Starkey, wherever the heck he's at.
Starkey would love that.
I bet he invented the Redneck Olympics.
Yeah.
Good morning, Tudor. He was on watching the show. Ralph, good to see you, buddy. Hey, I saw your post this morning about the prayer request. I thought of everyone as you requested in our morning prayer for the entire group. Thank you for that little reminder too, man. We got to think beyond our normal box.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, I'm going to leave you just in stitches just a little while longer because, we're going to have Stark coming on soon. But, this is going to be an interesting week. We got the conspiracy theory week talking about the different conspiracies in the Titanic. But before we go into that, I feel like, as the leader of the group, I've let you guys down I've had a surprise in storage for you for a little bit, kind of like a Christmas present.
Okay.
And
I don't know if I want
this week.
for you.
So this week I declared.
Nice.
So this week I declared on all my posts about the upcoming show, I was going to have the biggest surprise to date on our short running Little Bit of Coffee show. So, I'm just going to go ahead and get Starkey up on the stage and let him have his moment, and then when we come back, we'll talk about it.
It's time for Starkey's Positive Vibe.
Captain Starkey here with another Positive Vibes. None spells positive vibes like a boat ride. You ever go on a boat with someone who says, "Don't worry, I've been boating my whole life," and then 5 minutes later they crash into a dock? That's like someone saying, "I've been driving since I was 16, right before they hit a telephone pole. Sir, longevity is not the same as skill. The Titanic was a luxury liner. It still sank. Let that sink in. And let's talk about life jackets, because apparently the people who need them the most are always the ones that refuse to wear them. I don't need a life jacket. I could swim. Really? You think drowning sends a courtesy email? Hey, just heads up. Waves incoming. Muscle cramping. Good luck, bro. Sincerely, Death. You ever try swimming while panicking? It's less Michael Phelps and more washing machine on spin cycle. And why are boat players so dramatic? You'll pull one out and suddenly it's, "Welcome to the Hunger Games." I don't want to feel like Katniss Everdeen just because I'm lost on the lake, you know what I mean? Also, every boat safety video is the same. Some tearful Coast Guard showing you how to survive on a capsized boat, while the music in the background is like Islands in the Sun. I'm feeling my heart will go on levels of panic, you know what I mean? And let's not forget the guy who thinks he's captain. He got one hand on the wheel, beer in the other, shouting, "I got this, man." Yeah, you said that during your third divorce, Todd. Then he throws the anchor in the water. That's 4 feet deep. I'm not sure it's holding. Yeah, because you're in a puddle, Captain Crunch. And you ever notice how safety equipment is always stored in the worst place? You're drowning and someone's like, "The emergency radio is in the glove box, under the sunscreen, behind the fishing tackle, next to my ex-wife's ashes." If there's one thing I've learned, is that no one knows how to use the fire extinguisher. Is it pull, aim, squeeze? No, it's panic, cry, and run. And let's talk about boat shoes. They're non-slip, waterproof, and stylish. Translation: $85 to look like you teach third grade sailing in Nantucket. In conclusion, wear the damn jacket, learn the safety procedures, and never let Todd drive. But let's face it, safety isn't sexy, but drowning is way worse. And that's my positive vibe for this morning. Happy sailing!
That was a great one.
Man. I tell you,
Starkey did a great job.
I think that was my favorite Starkey's positive vibe yet.
Me too.
My favorite part of it was the little mix of just a hint of the Titanic techno song in the background.
Yeah.
That's why I'd be over just cracking up. That's a good little cheers, Starkey.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a very good one.
On to the good stuff. Before we get into and to the talk of the conspiracy of the Titanic, sometime back, we'd all, including the various people at the upcoming network and the producers backstage, everybody had been saying for quite some time, Little Bit of Coffee did not have a nice balance. We wasn't, there was just certain subjects that it was very one-sided.
World Primo Sugar.
Wait. What? You said something before the commercial break, and you just you veered off from it, and you just kind of left us hanging.
I know, we're getting there. So, what's the missing cheese wheel to this group? What's the wheel that's been missing? We've all said it a million times, but we haven't found it. I tell you what, wait no more.
Please stand by for a little bit of coffee news emergency.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and join me in welcoming the very first female co-host to the Little Bit of Coffee family. Make some noise for the one and only Little Miss Smokey.
Good morning, Miss Smokey.
Good morning, Miss
Welcome to
Smokey.
the show.
Smokey.
I'm gonna put her in here in the more in the center for now. We gotta just
Thank
give
you
her
for
some-
the welcoming.
You're very welcome,
There we go.
Smokey.
Tell us a
Good
little
to
bit
have
about
you.
yourself.
Well, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I love to have fun. I'm an animal lover, and I make dreams come true.
Oh boy.
Awesome.
She got POD. Shut it.
I didn't say nothing.
You didn't
For
have
once,
to.
I was behaving a little bit.
I doubt that. The mind was going.
Yeah. Everybody got quiet there for a second. It was like,
They were waiting. They were waiting on me to go ahead and comment anyway. That's what it was. You know what I wanted to say is I wanted to add this.
We
got
have
sick.
it. We do. This is really awesome.
Would you
No,
say
the reason she came to play was we had met a couple weeks ago. She had sent me a friend request. You know how you get those friend requests? You absolutely have no clue who they are. Well, I get this friend request, and all it is, there's not a single photo on her page. It's just a profile picture of
I'm a mystery
the
girl?
Dopey the Dwarf
Dopey the
in Snow White. And so I'm like, no, thank you. And I deny it. And then she friend requests me again, and I'm finally like, okay, well, this must be important. So I accept. When I accept, I hit her in Messenger right away. I said, do I know you? Due to the fact you have Dopey as your profile picture, are you also a LP? And right away she responded. She's like, yes. And we just chatted for a little bit. Well, as we're chatting on the phone and learning a little bit about her, she had such a fun spirit. She was clowning around. I was clowning back. And I'm just like, this is it. I mean, and then right away, because I thought, if she's done anything in the world of entertainment at a large scale, she's going to have the ego problem. You know, and that we run into in Little People Entertainment a lot. And as we were talking, she had expressed to me she'd always wanted something in a different avenue of entertainment. She'd done local in Boston area with pet projects, stuff like that, but she wanted something new. Taking me to the next thing, as we allow her to grow in the show, she has asked me to allow her to advocate for various animal organizations, rescue animal organizations, and I am a humongous animal lover. So, Christine, that's gonna. I'm sorry, I called her by her real name. My apologies, Smokey. That'll be your. I'll be your project, and eventually she's gonna come up like a little slot within the show. That'll be what she's advocating for. So.
Well, welcome, girl.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much. I'm so excited.
Well, let's take a little break, and when we come back, we'll get into a little bit of talk of the Titanic.
Y'all stick around.
Stay tuned.
Hey, man, it's time to wake up, man. Get your butt out of bed, bro.
What time is it?
It's time to go hang out with the road crew.
I mean, what time is it?
7 a.m., man, 7 a.m.
Oh, man.
It's time for a little bit of coffee, man.
I'm going back to bed.
Come on, get up. Come on. Come on.
Every Monday morning, a little bit of coffee, the world's only little person podcast. Join the Little Brew Crew as they spill the beans on last week's wild adventures, invite outrageous guests, and dive into everything from mainstream madness to wacky sports. This ain't your daddy's fight club. It's the 5 foot and under fantasy club. And every mama's invited. Tune in and vibe with the world's smallest crew as we talk big laughs, bold nonsense, and early morning energy. All powered by one strong brew. Little Bit of Coffee Podcast. Mondays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check us out at youtube.com/@MicroBrothersUnited.
Short in size, tall as
Hey, girl.
Los Primos.
Welcome.
Yes.
I have to tell. I have to tell our listening audience that's kind of funny about our group. Our group, I find it so comical when we'll go to break. We've always got these little groovy commercials with the music, and like our Little Bit of Coffee commercials have our theme song, which is the best theme song ever. And it's funny how we'll be watching each other backstage, and we're all dancing to the music backstage, and my fat's flopping all over the place. So
He got that extra wave going. He got that wave.
yeah, the dogs are looking at me like, "Why is the ground shaking?"
All over the place.
So let's talk Titanic now.
Yeah,
I'd like to begin because when we first, ladies and gentlemen, first we're gonna just go ahead and say it now. In case you didn't catch it at the beginning, we've been trying to put like each week a certain category. And we have made the decision that the second Monday of every month will be Conspiracy Monday. And so this being the first Conspiracy Monday, second Monday of the month, we decided we were going to go with Titanic. Now, the original conspiracy theory that we were leaning towards was how the competition was invited to come on the Titanic. Jeff, can you explain that?
Okay, was it J.P. Morgan? Who was all the
JP Morgan? It was JP Morgan. Yes,
he invited all his competitors on the Titanic, and as soon as like the last minute, he decided to cancel his he jumped off the boat right before it took off.
You're talking about the actual owner of the Titanic. He decided not to go.
The guy that set up the meeting about with all his competitors.
JP Morgan.
Yeah, he left the meeting. So
he
all
deliberately.
His competitors, he had to have known. He had to have known that it was gonna crash into a
Because all of his competitors were opposed to the creation of the U.S. Federal Bank Reserve, so he wanted. That's what it was all about.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, right after he died, he signed the over to the Federal Reserve and all that stuff. So yeah,
which also began the IRS too, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, see, this was so interesting when we were discussing it off stage, because that very day, I've always enjoyed the Titanic, different stories. That evening, I got. What's that, darling?
There's so much history to the Titanic. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And so when I went home, the first video I came across had nothing to do with what you were just telling me. The very first conspiracy that came up was about how they'd had another boat. Oh gosh, I just went blank. The Olympic. And it had wrecked into another boat, tore a huge hole in the side, but they were able to get to a dock. The dock needed and to begin repairs. However, though, the Titanic was still being built, and so one of the conspiracies here is they patched up the other boat, the Olympic, just enough to get it out and collect insurance.
They had two ships. They had the RMS Olympic and the HMHS Britannic, and both of those looked just like the Titanic.
Yes,
they were kind of small. They were like slightly smaller. I mean, but you'd have to like compare them side by side to really know.
The Britannic is the sister ship to the Titanic.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a small replica. The Olympic is the one that is in the ocean, sunk.
Yeah.
The Titanic is now in a museum. The Olympic that was sunk was claimed to be the Titanic.
Right.
And
the conspiracy, that
because
is.
it was
Right.
going
The
to cost
conspiracy,
too
yeah.
much.
after that, the Californian came in, the big ship, questionably put in place of the sinking for everything to happen. There is a long rabbit hole for this. And then on top of that, a senator named Nelson Aldrich and Paul Warburg, they were all a trio with J.P. Morgan, all linked to elite bank dynasties, including the Rothschild financial housing.
Okay.
Have you guys heard about this?
I have heard something
yes.
about it. Yes.
All right. So there's many powerful people in the world. You know, they didn't like the idea of the Federal Reserve. They disapproved of it. So they were included on being on board. They were invited to be on board on the Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
Way prior to anything. J.P. Morgan's people that went against him all got invited. J.P. Morgan leaves. He is now sinking the Titanic. At the last second after everything's done, a few days later, Morgan was found shopping in France, right around, literally within blocks, of the Rothschilds' housing business, just conveniently being there.
Oh.
All in all, it's supposed to be a business sham.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So, Smokey, what do you got for us on it? Give us some of your opinion.
I think it's crazy that somebody would go that length to hurt that many people. It's crazy. But
It is crazy.
yeah, I believe that back then everything was where am I going with this?
You didn't have the media back then. You didn't have the internet to where you could spread it as much.
Exactly.
You know, just to jump in here just quickly, kind of along. One of the conspiracies eventually I want to get into is the Challenger's explosion. And to tie that in with the Titanic thing, they claim the Challenger explosion happened, but none of them died. And if you dig into that rabbit hole, we'll get into, maybe we'll make that the next conspiracy. But if you go down that rabbit hole, there's a lot of proof that none of them died on that shuttle. Okay. And
the really big conspiracy in the whole thing, honestly, that lady, there was enough room on that little piece of wood, you know what I'm saying? And then when she said, I'm never going to let go, Jack, I'm never going to let go. And what did she do?
What
did she do? She let go.
Are you guys referring to the Dagon Leonardo DiCaprio movie?
Getting back on track, my thought is that Challenger was back in 1980 something. Okay, that's fairly still recent.
Yeah,
87. Okay, now we didn't have the internet. We had newspapers. We had news. We had TV. Okay, but we didn't have where if you would have seen one of the Challenger astronauts out in the supermarket the next day, you go out and let the whole world know.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't have that capability. So now you think about that. That was just in '87. Now go back to the Titanic day. You could really do cover up on anything.
Oh, easily.
I know this is gonna sound silly, but when I was young, my great grandmother, who passed away when I was young, she was born in 1888, and she used to tell me about Western stuff. And you think about what you could have gotten away with back in the Western days, and covered up, and never even touched the news at all. Nobody ever know nothing.
Yeah.
So it's just how time evolved. Yeah.
Well, you know what NASA stands for, right?
What?
Need another 7 astronauts.
Oh my God.
Well, we just lost our show. It was nice knowing everybody. See you guys. Daggone shortcut. What the? Wow.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Can we
but the Titanic being, I just don't, there's so much I could have covered up back in them days. And do you find this interesting too? That it sank in a super deep spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's gonna call them out on it back in them days? You gonna go
They had
down a
no,
mile and
And not
go
to mention, why
investigate
the
it?
hell did they go north?
there
It
was
was
like,
straight
Well, that's
across.
what I'm saying. I
Right?
think they purposely figured out where they wanted to sink it if it was a conspiracy.
well,
Because one
they
of the
were gonna
things that
hold
stood
it.
out to me the most, is the level of depth. And so I thought, if you look at a conspiracy, if they really planned that, what a perfect place to sink it. You didn't have the technology. You still don't really have the greatest of technology to get down that deep. You know, James
Well,
Cameron did it for the
it crushes
movie,
the machinery before it
but
gets down there. It's too daggone cold.
yeah. Pappy, I do apologize. I interrupted you, my friend. Go ahead and you
Well,
give your 2 cents.
they were arrogant enough to think that the ship wouldn't sink, and they purposely were like not worried about the icebergs, and they were just like, we're going to prove that the ship is unsinkable, and when it's going to get to the destination, as quickly as fast as possible, and not let anything stand in its way. And their arrogance is what killed so many people.
You know, on this show, as we put the disclaimer at the beginning, we're not scared to talk about spirituality, too. Let's find it interesting also that the owner of the Titanic was supposedly made the claim that not even the finger of God could sink it.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know about y'all, man, but I am a spiritual man, and I'm very proud to announce it. But I have you ever noticed in life when you call out the creator like that, yeah, boy, that is not a good idea.
No.
That is not a good idea.
You don't tempt fate. You don't tempt the Lord.
Yeah.
No.
You know what's fishy? Is 5 days.
In the ocean.
That's true. That's true.
Tuna.
5 days prior to the trip, they upped the insurance.
Yeah.
Back then, to fix the boat was
Yeah.
$12 million. That price today is $160 million. So
Wow.
it was better.
Are you saying 160 million with an M or a B?
M.
Okay.
So 12 million back then is 160 million today.
Yeah.
But I was just like, they had 12 million back then? Like, that's insane. So that's where the greed came in. And that's where I think the conspiracy theory came in, because why would you up the insurance 5 days prior, and then all of a sudden the owner, the big guy, doesn't go on, and all the colleagues and everybody does?
You're right.
It's just a little sketchy,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. So did one go one way and the other one went the other way? Because if you think about it, is the water really that cold going this way across from New York to England? I think, like you guys said, they being off. And I
For a
think
reason.
they saw something,
All right.
they were hitting whatever they could see, and they saw that and they went for it.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. And again, the depth of the water. Because even back then, if the water had not been so deep, they would have investigated it. We all know this. Okay.
Well,
but because of the depth of the water, what could they do?
Right.
And they
The
didn't
other
have
part
the
about
technology like they do today. Go, Mr. DJ.
the other part about the arrogance was the inadequate lifeboats and safety procedures. The insufficient number of lifeboats aboard the Titanic are capable of holding only about half the passengers and crew. It's part of the controversy that outdated regulations of the time, coupled with the lack of lifeboat drills, and contributed to the large, traffic loss of life. I mean, they didn't think it was going to sink. They didn't think they needed the lifeboats. It's just sad. It's sad.
I think when they built it, they didn't think it was going to sink until the other one was destroyed. And that's when the theory of switching it.
Yeah.
All right. With the Olympic.
That's what my theory is on that. Because
Yeah.
if you think about it, it was only the wealthy that were able to go on the boat with the children. If you were considered poor back then, you were sink in with the fish, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
So
unless you go through it with your life vest, that's it.
Something interesting that I wanted to hit on that. Something that just came to my head about, if only the wealthy got on that ship. What if the ship never sank? What if all those people got, everybody that wanted to disappear got on that ship?
What, like Bermuda
Oh, you
Triangle
mean-
kind of disappear?
No, like
I'm saying, what if that was a conspiracy? In other words, the Titanic, every passenger moved on, and basically the boat sank, and it was a conspiracy that they.
like the boat never sank.
They never sank.
Like, let's say the boat never sank. The whole. I mean, because they could fake that. No one knows. No one ever saw they see the wreckage at the bottom of the ocean and everything. But what if that boat never sank? What if that boat where everybody got on actually went somewhere else?
Made it to Ireland somewhere, and then
And there's another. I mean, that boat was already in the water. That boat that sunk down to the bottom of the ocean was already there.
You're taking this a whole nother direction.
You're right.
Yeah, yes.
I mean,
You just knocked it off.
Okay.
Hey,
the reason why I thought
conspiracies are meant to be blown wide open, and that's a whole different direction that I would have never
Here's
thought.
why I say that. There's a lot of coincidences about the same. Okay, with when the Twin Towers fell, right? They the insurance thing, the whole insurance thing she was talking about earlier happened with the Twin Towers, right? Well, if no airplanes hit the Twin Towers, where did all the people go?
they were incinerated.
Yeah, think about that. If they if no airplanes hit the towers, where'd the airplanes go? Where did those people go? I mean, because if there's a chance that no airplanes hit the towers, that they were just detonated. Because there was a lot of people that say that they never saw an airplane hit the towers. So, if that's true, where did they go?
That's gonna be a great topic for another week.
Yeah.
Because right now,
I'm just trying to figure out how the Titanic boat became an airplane.
What?
Right.
No, I'm saying the coincidence. That's where I came up with the whole. Never mind.
I'm picking on you.
So, the Titanic was a true tragedy. It was a true tragedy, and it was
absolutely.
And for that time, it was a huge, obviously a huge deal for that time. It was probably one of the biggest tragedies they had up until then.
Does anybody know though how quickly after the Titanic sank? Because obviously, conspiracy, a hit job, all that is not going to be on your mind when it first happened. How long after the Titanic sank did the conspiracy theory start? Does anybody have that answer?
Almost immediately.
I don't know.
I'm sure it was almost immediate.
By the survivors of the not the survivors of the relatives of the people that they lost.
Yeah,
it was immediate. It was almost immediate, but it was shunned. Nobody believed it, and it was kept. The conspiracies kept being talked about,
right.
And it was within a week that people were pissed. Excuse my language, but they were mad. Instead of being sad, they were mad, and they started making allegations.
There was no answers to their questions, and that was wide open, and that's where everything happened. People were doing research because people want to know, and I think with technology today, it helps us know better on what's going on down there. It's just crazy how it's still there in pieces.
It is. It's preserved. It's preserved.
Yeah, because there's enough questions that we need answered. That kind of thing. Right. That's just like and I'm going to go off on this. Huh?
I said history is frozen there. It's just in
that
moment in time.
Yeah.
In a similar way, what they're talking about now with the Epstein file. There's too many crumbs out there to say that there's, hey, let's just close it, no answers. No.
Yeah.
It's the same as the Titanic, There's too many crumbs there that, okay, we can understand that maybe there's an accident that happened, but explain then why this. Prove that they don't tie together. For instance, the Olympic. All right, what did you guys call the other boat? I keep forgetting the name of the other boat. The Olympic?
The Olympic, yeah.
Oh, the Olympic. Okay. Prove to us that wasn't the Olympic that sank. Because obviously the Olympic had a big hole in it, claimed to have hurried up, put some steel over it, welded it on there. Okay, let's go down. Because we do have the technology to get down there. Just like I said, James Cameron did it.
Yeah.
But go down there and improve it. Show where the Olympic was hit, and now show us that spot on the Titanic.
Here's something to put in on that. With the Olympic, when it got hit by the British warship, it was told to be immediately sunk. It wasn't told to be go back and get, repairs and everything of that nature. There's actual written reports that the Olympic was sunk.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So the whole conspiracy is that the Olympic is actually still up and about. No, it never made it to the port. The ship that made it to the port was the Britannic, the sister ship of the Titanic. That's the one that wound up getting repairs and then disappeared.
Wait, there's 3 now?
There's 3 ships. There's always been 3 ships.
There's always been 3 ships, yeah.
And for you fans that are noticing her deep Boston accent, if you buy the translating earbuds, you can put Bostonian in it, and it translates it for you to normal English.
Listen,
I understand her just
I
fine.
had to bring a ruler for a reason. POD.
You're going to go old school Catholic church nun on you and beat you with that daggone meter yardstick.
That's why I'm here, boys.
I understand
that.
I get you, Smokey. I understand you perfectly.
So, yeah, it's an interesting topic. As we come up on the hour, I think we should close out before it gets to be a draggy subject. But second Monday every month, there'll be a conspiracy theory Monday. Smokey, you had some ideas for each week. What did you have for week 3 for an idea?
Week 3, we were going to do a guest.
A guest.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
To join the fun.
All right.
With the little.
Well, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll let Pappy take it home.
Okay.
Every Monday, every day, a little bit of coffee. Micro Brothers United, man, they get together and they do the talk show host, man.
Introducing Lil Bit of Coffee, the world's only all-little person podcast. Join the Lil Brew Crew as we spill all the beans on last week's wild adventures. We invite our outrageous guests and dive into everything from mainstream madness to the wacky, crazy, wild sports. This is not your daddy's fight club. It is the 5-Foot Fantasy Club, and every mama is invited. Yeah. Tune in and vibe with the world's smallest crew as we talk big laughs, bold nonsense, and early morning energy. All powered by one strong brew. Lil Bit of Coffee podcast, Mondays at 7 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Central. YouTube.com/@Micro Brothers United. Again, YouTube.com/@Micro Brothers United.
Hi, welcome back. Let me go over Pappy's thoughts for today about the Titanic. On April 15, 1912, the sinking of the Titanic was more than a maritime disaster. It was a moment that deeply shook the world's confidence in progress and technology. In an age where industrial achievement was seen as limitless, the Titanic was a symbol of human ingenuity, luxury, and control over nature. When it sank, the illusion shattered. Suddenly, the idea that we could master the elements seemed naive. The tragedy forced people to confront uncomfortable truths, that class divisions could be a matter of life and death, that safety was often sacrificed for prestige, and that even the most advanced machines were still vulnerable to the unpredictability of nature. Over 1,500 people died, not just because the ship hit an iceberg, but because there weren't enough lifeboats, and because warnings weren't taken seriously. These weren't just engineering failures, they were human failures. In the aftermath, the Titanic's legacy reshaped how we think about responsibility, preparation, and humility. It sparked changes in maritime laws and safety protocols that have saved countless lives since. But beyond the policy, the Titanic reminds us of the limits, how easily arrogance can lead to tragedy, and how progress must always be balanced with caution, compassion, and respect for our forces beyond our control. Thank you very much for another week here. This is Pappy's Ponders for this week on Titanic, and take care. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching A Little Bit of Coffee. Be sure to stop by our official page at youtube.com/@Micro Brothers United.